Hi everybody, we're back, and we just got off of 65, and now we're on 231, and just went through Montgomery, Alabama. I did a short video, no audio, just some music playing along of Montgomery, Alabama, just going through this, I don't call it the city, but through the town of Montgomery, Alabama. So if you're interested in seeing that, I posted that video too. But this is the start of 231, which of course it's under construction right now, but I like this road in many parts of it because it's just out in the country. But in the beginning here they got some construction, but later on it opens up and it's just kind of a nice scenic route, 65 miles an hour. Not a lot of traffic. There's a town called Dothan we go through. Slows down a little bit through there just because it's a little town, but other than that, just it opens back up again and takes us right into Florida. 231 does go into Florida, and then from there we pick up I-10, and then I-10 we're going to take to 75, and then 75 down to the Turnpike, Florida Turnpike, take that over to Fort Pierce. And then I just got a pre-plan for tomorrow, gonna go down to Miami. So if you want to watch that video, I'm gonna film that. Gonna go down to a facility down there, pick up, I believe it's a preloaded trailer. I think that's what I saw in the pre-plan. And take it up to Publix up in Jacksonville, Florida. And then I don't have a pre-plan yet, but because I'm going home, a lot of times what I do when I'm up in the Jacksonville area, I'll pick up Southern Wine has a facility. Basically what I do is I pick up some rum up there, Bailey's. I pick up some rum from them and I bring it down to Southern Wine, which is across from my terminal. Literally, as soon as I pull out my terminal, I don't even go 5 miles an hour, my terminal is right there. So that's probably what I'll bring in from Jacksonville, but that is my pre-plan. So again, this route's going to take me from Springdale, Arkansas down to Fort Pierce, Florida, and then I'll pick up the load down in Miami. I'll just be empty, take an empty trailer down to Miami, and pick up a load there, take it up to Jacksonville, and then from Jacksonville I'll bring a load down into Lakeland where my terminal is. And I'm just assuming that's going to be a Southern Wine delivery, but we'll see. So just stay tuned for that. So again, we're on 231. It's about 7:44 a.m. on Tuesday the 13th, and then we're going to stop in about an hour and a half or so to get some fuel at a Love's here on 231. So I'll probably just film going into Love's, but not much going on there, just going to be fueling. So I will check back in if anything else comes up. Like I always say, I'll film it, and we will talk to you soon, everybody. Take care for now. So now we are in Matthews, Alabama. I'm not sure if it's a huge town. I mean, it's a spot on the map, but this is Matthews, Alabama. But I just wanted to film a little bit of Route 231. Just wanted to show why I like this road, because it's not like I-95 or I-75. It's just a nice road. It takes you through the country. It's 65 miles an hour. And that's the most I can go in this truck because we're governed at 65. I wish they had the speed set higher, because a lot of trucks are always passing me. They're doing 68, 70 or more. And I don't know the real reason we have the trucks governed to 65, unless anybody can comment on that, because I don't know if it's for insurance reasons. I know it's safety reasons, but to me, I look at it is most of our roads, the speed limit's 70. I mean, there's areas that are 65 like this road, but most of them are 70. So you think you'd want to keep with the flow of traffic and slow the traffic up. So, I mean, you got to Texas, spots are 75 and 80. Even in Oklahoma, they got 80 miles an hour. Matter of fact, I can't remember if it was Arkansas yesterday. I saw 80 miles an hour too in some spots. I was actually shocked for Arkansas, but I just think that I know there's a couple people say, well, what's 5 miles an hour, and that's what I say, it's just 5 more miles an hour. But what happens here is, like when I'm driving along here, trucks got to get over in the left lane. They have to merge over, get around me, the ones that aren't governed at 65. So to me, I'd rather have the truck governed maybe at least 68, if not 70. I mean, I guess I look at it as if you're going to put a driver behind the wheel and he can't control a truck beyond 65, then maybe he shouldn't be driving, because I mean, I consider myself as a very safe driver. So I'd like to have the 5 more miles an hour. And I don't want to leave a company because of, the governed rate of speed limit, but it just would be nice if we could drive with the traffic. So instead we're doing this whole 4-wheelers up behind us, they got to get around us. That causes them to maybe have an accident because they're trying to pass us. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys are driving now. What's your governed rate? You guys are 65, 68, 70, unlimited? I don't know if I'd want to be unlimited because that can be kind of scary. Going down a hill and you just start picking up speed, because this truck, even though it's governed at 65, it'll go downhill at 75 plus. It'll go whatever I want it to go. But we have a rule that the truck is not to go past 70 miles an hour. So when I'm going downhill, I either got to put the J brakes on to get it down to 70 or keep it at 70 or below. We also have it where it's a rule that you can't go more than 5 miles an hour over the posted speed limit. And if you do those things, what happens is our camera will pick up that we're speeding. So it'll send a film back to the office and let them know that I was speeding. It also captures if I get too close to somebody, which does happen a lot when you're in town. I mean, it just does. Cars cut in front of you. Cars slow up last second to make a turn, and you might have your distance of 4 seconds behind them, but they'll slam their brakes on and sometimes not even a turn signal, and then you're trying to slow down 80,000 pounds in a split second because they're making a turn. So that stuff's going to happen, but you just always got to be alert. So if you're a new truck driver out there or wanting to get into business, just know that majority of these mega companies have these cameras. USA Truck, I talked to a guy the other day, he's got the system too. He not only has the camera system, but he's got the I forget what they call it exactly, but the avoidance system, clearance avoidance system, I guess it is, on the sides of the truck, which I had when I drove for Wilson Logistics. I had on the sides of the truck. So basically, if I wanted to get over to the left and I put my turn signal on and I wanted to get over and there's a car over there and I wasn't paying attention, it would alert me and start beeping and everything, let me know there's a car on my left, or if I wanted to go right, same thing. The only downside of that, which does happen with this system in the front, you get a shadow or you get a bridge, sometimes it picks it up. And on my truck, what happens is I'll be driving along and all of a sudden it'll pick up a bridge or a shadow or a construction cone or something like that, and it'll start locking the brakes up because it does have the adaptive cruise control system. So if I have the cruise on, let's say this truck just passed me here, he cuts over and he slows down, my truck will slow down to the speed of him. Now if I'm not careful and hits the brakes too hard, if he slows down too quickly, I'm not going to be able to stop in time. So I really got to jam on the brakes. So in this business, you always have to keep your eyes out. We use what's called the Smith system, which is something you can look up online. It's a great system. It was developed by a gentleman back in the 50s, I believe it was. And basically, it's just looking ahead, always keeping out. Look to your left through your mirrors, making sure nobody's tailgating you. If they are, back off. And, just staying safe, looking ahead. I like to look ahead at least 15 seconds. So like right now, I'm looking way down at that truck down there. I can see his brake lights if they come on. I know that's pretty far away, but I'm just kind of distancing, is he getting slower, and that's what I do. That's part of the Smith system, just staying safe, keeping distance and so forth. So not to bore you guys with all that, but just thought I'd talk here while I'm filming this road that I do enjoy. Oh, Hamburger King. I keep forgetting about that place. I want to see if they got good burgers. I always like a good burger. Like good burgers, like good pizza. That's one thing in Florida. Man, it's really hard to find good pizza. And a lot of it's because of the water. Our water has, it basically has a lot of bleach in it. That's what I hear. You can taste it sometimes. It won't hurt you, but it doesn't make the dough rise properly. Like I'm from Pennsylvania, so I'm used to really good pizza up in Pennsylvania. And the dough is just incredible. And we have a place near us where I live that they're from the Pennsylvania area. They're from Scranton, Pennsylvania, and they relocated down here. And supposedly they have their dough shipped in from Pennsylvania and all their products and everything. So their pizza is actually pretty darn good, pretty darn close to Pennsylvania pizza. And I think it's because they make their dough from the water up in Pennsylvania, and then all the products and so forth, they say they make it homemade, but who knows. But it really does taste very similar to real Pennsylvania pizza. But in any case, so I've got some peaches there, produce there on the right. So like I said, I thought I'd just film a little bit of this area, this road. I like this road. Like I said, we're going to come up to some towns. I'm not going to film it, but you come up to some towns. You get slowed down. You get some traffic lights, the little towns. But then you go through them and you just keep cruising on. And I kind of started my day about 6:30 this morning. Got my pre-trip done. I usually leave about 6, but I think today I started about 6:30. And the reason I did that is because knowing I'm going to go through some of these towns, you can really waste time if you're going through the towns during rush hour, morning rush hour. So I kind of timed it. So like by the time I get fuel, it'll be 9 o'clock. Well, it says 9:11. I'll be there. And then that takes about 10 or 15 minutes to wash the windshield, get some fuel and stuff. And then from there, I probably am just guessing. I'm not looking at the GPS to put it in right now, but Dothan is the biggest town I go through, and that's the one that gets the most crowded. But I'll hit that I'd say between 10 and 12, so that'd be perfect timing, because then it'll be before nobody's going to lunch and stuff like that. So that's kind of why I timed leaving when I did, just for that reason, because that's just the worst when you're a truck driver and you, like especially Atlanta. Oh my, when you go through Atlanta, man, I don't care what time of day it is. I don't care if it's 3 in the morning. That Atlanta traffic on 285, 75, 20 through there, 85, it's crazy. I mean, it's like it's rush hour all the time. And I have some friends that live up in that area, Norcross area, and they love living up there, but they said the traffic is just horrendous. So I try to avoid Atlanta at all costs. Just like this route coming in, I could have gone that route, taken it a little more northeast, picked up 20, and it's not too bad coming this way, picking up 20 around Atlanta, because you're only just a short, maybe 8-9 miles on 20 there, going around, catch 85, and then you end up catching 75 by the airport. which is kind of cool too. I don't know if anybody's ever been in Atlanta, but through that area. But when you go through Atlanta, you actually go underneath the threshold of the runway. I believe it's runway 9 left is what you go under. So it's a real, you just go underneath this like real big bridge, and what's above you is the threshold, the start of the runway. So it's kind of cool. Go underneath that. But again, I try just at all costs to stay out of Atlanta. I know we do a lot of deliveries up there, a lot of pickups up there, but I just try to stay out of Atlanta as much as I can. So, but in any case, folks, I'll check back in. I'll get some fuel, probably just film going into the fuel stop, and then after that, we'll see what happens. Again, this is day 3 of my travel from Springdale, Arkansas to Fort Pierce, Florida. And tomorrow's pre-plan, it said 9 o'clock. I don't know if that's a live load, but I think it's a preloaded trailer. I think I said before it's preloaded. I'll have to look more into it. There's a letter code that's in our pre-plan that lets us know if it's going to be a live load or if it's a preload trailer. Usually when it's preloaded, it gives me kind of a time frame, like 8 in the morning until 5 o'clock you can pick it up. This one just said 9 a.m. and that could be kind of tight because depending how far I go today, I still have to drop this load off at a Walmart and then get an empty from there if they have one, and then go all the way down to Miami, down 95. So to get there by 9 might be tough, but if it's a preload trailer, the time in there just says 9 o'clock. I can pick it up anytime I want to. So I'll have to look more into that when I get to the Loves down here to get some fuel. So I'll check back in with you folks. Hope you enjoy the video. Just gone through the countryside here on 231 through Alabama. And again, I hope everybody's having a good day, and we will talk to you soon, folks. See you in a little bit. All right, everybody, we're back. We're in the town of Troy, Alabama. So you can see up there, at least I hope you can see that. There's a water tower. It says Troy, Trojan territory. So Trojan meaning the armored fighter back in the day. That's what Trojan means. So this town. But just thought I'd film a little bit of this too, because it's the little town I go through on 231, which again, you know, I've said it a million times, but I like this little route here, except for I don't like these little towns I go through, but it slows you down. But otherwise, it's mostly highway through here. So if anybody's ever been to Troy, Alabama, here it is. If you haven't been, well, here it is too. So, you know, you pass by all these little restaurants and stuff like that. In a car, you can just pull right in, but a semi, nope. Semi-truck can't pull in. So, I mean, some you can, but not here. These are a little tight. But one thing, if I remember correctly, about Alabama is they don't complain if a truck driver parks in a lot somewhere. They're pretty good about it. So when you're in Alabama, you don't have to always go to a Love's and stuff like that. There are some states they won't allow you to park on even the shoulder of a roadway or an on-ramp or off-ramp. But Alabama, if I remember correctly, you can park pretty much anywhere if I could find a spot. Police won't bother you. Like if I wanted to pull in there to Piggly Wiggly, hey, there's a truck in there now. If I wanted to pull in there and stay overnight, the police won't bother you. I wish that was that way in all states, because you know, we're the ones moving the product around different times of day and so forth, and it is very hard to find. Parking at nighttime. So I wish other states were like that too. But again, this is the town of Troy, Alabama. And at Lowe's, we deliver to Lowe's, and one thing that's nice about the Lowe's, I'm not sure, I gotta look into this. I don't know if it's if we deliver to the Lowe's, they allow you to stay on their property, or we're allowed to stay on any of their property. I'll have to look into that, because I heard about that. We are allowed to stay there if we deliver there, I know that, but I'm not sure if we just pull into any Lowe's. Huddle House, I've never tried that. They have that at different places that I've been to, different rest stops. I never tried it. I don't know. I always like looking at the Yelp reviews and stuff like that, and I haven't really seen any really good reviews about the place. So if anybody's ever been to a Huddle House, let me know in the comments. Let me know if it's worth it, if I should ever stop at a Huddle House. Guys working the jackhammer there. So that was the town of Troy, Alabama, even though my GPS says it's we're still in Troy, Alabama. It's the outskirts of the city, it looks like. Or a little town, should I say, not city. But in any case, we're going to go back into, let's see, it's still 55 though, but we are going to go back out here in the open stretch again between cities. So again, folks, I'll check back in when we get to the Loves, and then we will go from there. So we'll talk to y'all soon. All right, everybody, we are in the town of Ozark, Alabama, and we're about, it says 5 miles from the Loves, where we're going to get fuel. So I thought I'd just check back in again, just had a question for everybody. So I like Loves for the points. I know they all give points for different things, but I like the Loves for the point value, different levels and so forth, and it's our preferred place to go. But how about you guys? You guys are truck drivers or even not truck drivers. You stop in and get a cup of coffee, stop at a Wendy's, let's say at a Pilot. You know, what's your favorite truck stop? Is it Loves, TA, Pilot, Flying J? You know, what's the reasons? Fuel prices, coffee. I mean, I keep saying this, but I go to Loves because of the free coffee and free drinks, stuff like that, free food, you get enough points. But when I get the coffee, I always get the ground coffee, the mild blend, and because they're refills, they're free. But tell me about your places you go. Like TA, has some pre-made food and stuff like that. Pilot's big on, I think, Wendy's and pizza and stuff like that. Some of them, I'm not sure if they're Flying J. I think it's Flying J, but they have like some healthier foods and stuff like that. Well, they have Cinnabon. That's in a lot of them. But in any case, just curious, you know, what you guys, what's your preference of fuel stops for different reasons? Is it parking? I know TA and Pilot have reserve parking. Some Loves do. We got to pay to park, so you can reserve ahead for a spot. But TAs are usually pretty big. They're an older rest stop fuel place to go, but they tend to have a lot of spots. Now some have very large parking places, but half of it's prepaid, so you got to reserve a parking spot. You got to pay for it. So, but just curious, you know, what's everybody's preference? So we got about 3 miles to go, so I'll check back in when we get closer, and we'll fuel up. So talk to y'all soon. Alright, so we've got our Loves coming up here for fuel. I don't know if I've been to this Loves before, but says you gotta do a U-turn, doesn't know there's a traffic light there, but.
In a quarter mile, make a U-turn at Southwest Highway 231.
Yeah, I think I've been to this Love's before. I think I was coming the other way, going to Walmart, and I had stopped here. So another thing too is, just wanted to ask you guys, do you guys use the Love's app to get the fuel, or do you use your card in the scanner? I kind of do both, but I've been trying to use the fuel app more often. I don't know which is quicker, but that's what I'll use this time. Try it out. Sometimes the Wi-Fi connection is not the best, so sometimes you have to use the card, but let's see if there's a spot down there. Yep, looks like there's a spot. So I cleaned the windshield too, so hopefully you guys can see this without a bug splattered in front of you, but if not, I'm going to clean it while I'm here, so hopefully we'll get some cleaner views down the road. So, alright folks, I'm going to get some fuel, and I'll be back. So we'll talk to y'all soon.
In a quarter mile, turn left.
Alright folks, we're in the town of Dothan, Alabama, and a little upsetting, the car in front of me has a little boy in the back. I don't think he's got his seatbelt on, and the driver of the car is smoking a cigarette. It's just not right. In any case, this is the town of Dothan I was talking about. It's not a large town, meaning it's large if you live here, I guess, but it's not a large town to go through. So, you know, it's funny, when I first came through here, when I was training, and then I went solo, it seemed like it took forever to get through this little town. Now, I think it's because, now I look back, there's a lot of construction going on right where I'm at, so there was a lot of traffic, but I noticed a lot of the construction is gone. It's only a little bit back there, about a half a mile back. So it looks like they're just finishing up the construction, so it does make it easier going through here, because in about 3 miles, we're going to make a right, and then it starts to open back up again. We're going to go 65, and then a couple little towns we'll go through, but not like this one. But this will take us right into Florida, and then I'll go from Central Standard Time to Eastern Standard Time, and then my game plan is to stop at a Love's to grab some lunch. I don't know if I'm going to grab some lunch from the Love's, but I'm going to stop and do my 30-minute break. So I decided to film the town of Dothan, Alabama. Again, if you've been here, this is it. If you haven't been here, this is also it. So, not sure on the scale of, you know, place to live. This is on the map or anything for place to live, but it is Dothan, Alabama. So, again, a lot of stuff to do here. Looks like a lot of places to shop and everything, but can't pull in easy with a semi-trailer. Tattoo there. Go in there and get a tattoo. So I saw Captain D's seafood. Anybody ever have Captain D's seafood? Is it any good? I see those in places where I could pull in to like a Walmart parking lot or somewhere. I know it's probably like fast food, but I see them all over, but I just never tried it. So let me know if you've tried it, if it's any good or not. Or, another thing too is, since I'm out here on the road, I know Pennsylvania's got a lot of them, but I'd like to stop more at truck stops that have maybe restaurants. I know, the Pilot and stuff, they have Denny's and everything, but I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for like good places to go where I can pull in, maybe get a good steak, or and I know there's places all over the country, but if you got any favorites you can tell me about, I'll mark them down, so that way when I'm in that area, I'll stop in. So let me know what some good places you've been that have some good food, whether it be a diner or a restaurant or something that's got good parking, stay overnight, get a good meal. So let me know in the comments. So up here we're going to make a right about a mile. Not much to see here anymore. It's just the town of Dothan.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
Some boats over there. And again, just to go back to yesterday's video, I might need to change trucking companies because I might be moving to Alabama up here where I'm at. And Wiley Sanders is a company I've been looking at, but let me know if there's any other companies, if you're from Alabama or know just any other companies, if I would live in Alabama, that would take me on. I'd be basically in the lower part of Alabama, so it'd be Spanish Fort or Bay Minette area is where we'd be living. So anywhere that can accommodate me living there would be great. I'm looking for good home time, which I'm sure we all look for good home time, but that's a big preference for me. It's not necessarily the pay, it's the home time. I'll make sure I get home time at least every 2 weeks, if not every week. And also, if I stay in Florida, which I'm near Tampa Bay, or just say Tampa, if I decide to stay there, if you could recommend another company that is over the road that gives good home time, I would appreciate that too. So just leave some information in the comment below, and I appreciate that. So again, I'm gonna just check back in as I drive. Again, this is day 3 of my trip from Springdale, Arkansas to Fort Pierce, Florida, to a Walmart. And
Quarter mile, turn right onto
I'll check back in a little bit. All right, everybody, we are entering Florida from Alabama. So this is the Florida Rest Center up here on the right, but I thought the Florida borderline was up by the traffic light up here, but I'd just say half a mile for the Welcome Center. So another state we went through, so let's see, Arkansas, Mississippi, I think we did corner of Louisiana, Alabama, and now we are back in Florida. There's the sign saying welcome to Florida. It's kind of cool the other way. It says welcome to Sweet Home Alabama,
Entering Florida.
but the sign was knocked down. I don't know why it was knocked down, but it was knocked down. Guy's going slow, but I was letting that guy out, so I guess we'll cross back over again. Oh, that's what I gotta do. I gotta play the Mega Million. 220 million. So we got a little town coming up here, but for the rest of the way to Route 10, pretty smooth travel. Just little towns here and there, not a big one like Dothan, but it's just mostly highway like this, 65, and then we'll catch I-10, take that to the turnpike. Actually, I'm sorry, I-10 to 75 south, then to the turnpike. We'll take the turnpike down to 95, and then to Fort Pierce there. But that won't be till tomorrow. stop somewhere. I'm not sure where I'm going to stop yet tonight because on the turnpike it's just service areas, which are okay. I mean, I got a shower last night, so I'm okay for today, just driving, so I could be okay. But those places fill up pretty quick. But if I get there in time, I'll be all right. That'll be nice. So I'll keep you all informed. So I'll be back in a little bit. Maybe I'll change over the hat cam when I break for my 30-minute break. And I guess he's going to go in the right lane. Okay. Oh, the truck wants to come out. I'll let him back out. Okay. Didn't know what he was doing there. Alright folks, we're going to come into a little town here, so I'm going to sign off for now, and I'll check back in a little bit. So hope everybody's having a good day again, and we'll talk to you soon. We got the red light to stop in at the inspection station here in Florida. Basically, we just pull up, and sometimes they ask what we're hauling. Sometimes they just wave to you. See what they say here. Got the wave, so they don't have to answer any questions or anything. Sometimes they ask us questions about what we're home, where we're going, all that kind of stuff, but I only had that one time. So one thing about night is once they see a night truck, they pretty much, we have a good score rating with Department of Transportation. So with that, they pretty much just wave us on. Another reason too, we don't get stopped a lot for level 1 inspection and so forth, because we have such a good score that they just bypass us, let us go. Alright folks, so I did stop for my 30-minute break. I didn't film anything there, just basically just doing a 30-minute break, eating lunch, and then I'm on a little bit of a time crunch in a way, because I have the load I have tomorrow is a live load at 9 a.m. in Miami. So I already called my dispatch and told them I might be late, because I got my clock 5 hours 15 minutes to ride. It says I could be at Walmart tonight instead of tomorrow, which I was planning on. I could be at Walmart tonight, but there's not a lot of parking over in the Fort Pierce area, so I don't know what I'm going to do, because some of these service plazas, which they have on the turnpike, they fill up pretty quick. So there is one about maybe, I think, 50 miles or so before I get to Fort Pierce on the turnpike, but it could be full. But hey, check that out, that plane. Crop dust, and I don't know if you guys can see there or not, but there's a plane flying, just kind of dove over the highway there, a yellow plane. But yes, I don't know what I'm gonna do. She's gonna email the planners and see if I could be late. I don't know why they cram. There's that plane again. I don't know why they cram in so tight these loads, knowing I have to find a place to park. But then again, they don't really know. They just go by the excuse me, hours of service I have, and They just figure you can run around the clock anytime you want to, park anywhere you want to. It's no big deal, but it is a big deal. So we'll see. We'll see what they come back and say. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna keep driving. I'll take a look at the first service plaza that I come across on the turnpike and see if that's getting filled up. And then if it is, I might just hit the next one if I can. But for now, I'll just keep driving and I'll keep you guys informed what's going on, and we'll go from there. So talk to you all soon.